It's said that the only certainties in life are death and taxes. But I would argue that taxes are not a certainty. It's a decision. You make a decision whether you want to pay your taxes or not. Now, if you choose not to, there are certain repercussions and you have to deal with that, but you can weigh that out. In any situation in your life, if you don't like the way it's going, simply make another decision. So I take you back many years in my life. I was engaged and I was 2 months from being married. And this woman just knew how to push my buttons. Every day she would evoke the anger in me that probably comes out now once a year. Every single day. And so I'm having lunch with a friend of mine and he asked me why. Why are you going to marry this woman? And so I thought for a minute and I said, you know what? I think she'd be a good mom. She looks good. She was pretty. My clients liked her. She was good from a corporate perspective. And then he stops me. And he said, okay, you described a lot of benefits. How do you feel about her? And I really couldn't answer. And then he looked at me and he said, are you buying a car or are you looking for a soulmate? Because all you did was run through a bunch of features. Again, how do you feel? And at that point I realized I had to make another decision. I walked back to my house, I opened the front door, and inside there were a stack of invitations on the coffee table. I looked at my fiance, I told her I needed more time. Her answer, she gave me an ultimatum. Either we get married now or we don't get married at all. And so I made the decision not to get married. She handed me the ring, I took it, I put it in my pocket, I ended the relationship, and I walked away from an engagement. In hindsight, were there repercussions? Of course, they were big. Deposits in, suits, dresses, the whole thing. But now looking back at that situation, it was the best move I ever made. I am a much happier individual now than I ever would have been had I been in that situation. And I hope for her sake that she is too. But here's the key. The key is you always can make another decision. That's it. Your life is meant to be enjoyed. That's what it's all about. And if something is getting in the way of your enjoyment, make another decision. So when you're thinking about these decisions, very often we contemplate them and we go through them in our mind. But the real gauge is how do you feel about it? Feeling is that ultimate gauge and if you're making the right decision or not. So you have to tune into your heart. You have to tune into your gut and you have to make your decision that way. And if you're unfulfilled in your current situation, simply make another decision. If you know anyone that can benefit from this message, as always, I ask you to like it and pass it on. And in the meantime, just have a great week.